Yeah, they're both here. All right, let's do it. Mawkzy versus Rw9. This is the quarterfinal for the ATR Cup, number 6 for Europe. I'm gonna pick Mawkzy to win this. These guys have got a storied rivalry, one of the most active rivalries in Rocket League history. But Mawkzy does have the edge over Rw9 in their all-time 1v1 total. Now, he started off that rivalry with a lot of wins. Mawkzy was ahead in that rivalry by quite a significant margin. Then Rw9 started to get the better of Mawkzy towards the tail end of last year. Mawkzy just got bumped into perfectly catching the Rw9 air dribble. Yeah, lately Mawkzy though has been putting a ton of work into 1v1. Of course, he is one of the most notorious, if not the most notorious 1v1 mains in the world. Rw9 has looked a little bit rusty. I think his rust is definitely starting to fall off with his qualification to Salt Mine 4 main event last week. And he has overall outperformed Mawkzy in ATR Cups. I say overall because Mawkzy has got the better finish. He finished second one time. And Rw9 has not yet made it to a grand final of one of these. But I'm just going to predict a Mawkzy peak today. That's what I'm going for. Yeah, all-time rivalry between Mawkzy and Rw9 is 12-10 in favor of Mawkzy. That's 12 series to 10 series in favor of Mawkzy. The last time that they played was a show match in September on Neway's channel, where Mawkzy won it in Game 6. So just a couple months ago, they played in a show match. Mawkzy was victorious. That was actually a show match where if Rw9 had won it, they would have been all-time 11-11 in series. Is there a rivalry in Rocket League 1v1 that has more matches than Rw9 Mawkzy, or is that just the most storied rivalry? I think it might be the most storied rivalry. And they've had pretty much every single result possible. Rw9 has blown Mawkzy off the pitch sometimes. Mawkzy shows up, hits every flick, wins every kickoff, and destroys Rw9. That's a nice flip reset dunk by Rw9 to go within one goal. Mawkzy tried to hit it up and over him there. That just happened to be where Rw9 was. You know, before, their most recent match before September was actually in March, where Rw9 won 4-0. That was on my channel. I believe that was when Rw9 was in Europe on low ping for the major. Wait, what happened? Did Mawkzy just miss a clopen net? I was looking at the RL Jules rivalries and I saw the ball hit the post. What just happened? So yeah, it really just depends what kind of form these guys are in. See what kind of Rw9 we get today. That's the biggest question. Looking pretty good on this play, but Mawkzy's too strong. Rw9 hiding behind the ball in defense. Not able to make the flick early. And Mawkzy steers it towards that top left corner that he's so well known for. Went off Mawkzy's car awkwardly after hitting the crossbar. Gotcha, okay. Thanks for filling me in on that. Wow, what a save by Mawkzy. Counter-attack is a slow one. He might have actually just pulled power away from that so as not to give Rw9 momentum to work with. Rw9 with the boost management into the air dribble. Mawkzy stops him well before a shot could be taken. Late shot towards the top corner by Mawkzy. It's awkward to save, but saved nonetheless by Rw9. Wanted a flick, but the ball got away from him. It bounced off the front of his car before he could pull the trigger. There's been no question over the years that Mawkzy's flick is the better flick in this matchup. I think historically, Mawkzy's kickoff has been slightly better as well. But aerial offense, I think I would go with Rw9. And overall defensive package, I'd have to say Rw9 as well. That's a phenomenal save by Rw9. After initially misreading Mawkzy's play, he still recovered mid-air to deflect the ball into the crossbar. Mawkzy trying to sneak in a ceiling challenge. Rw9 saw it coming. Scores his third goal of the game. Mawkzy with another kickoff win. Rw9 tried to steer that towards the back corner. He wanted to actually get ball control here. Notice his car position on this. He's trying to lob the ball over himself while getting that back corner boost instead of just playing for the 50-50 to be absolutely safe. He went for the biggest possible win in that position, which would have been a lob touch into a boost grab to counter attack. Bit risky. Got himself scored on. Yeah, this is our quarterfinal. Rw9 with the demo, long shot. Mawkzy spawns on the wrong side of the box and cannot get to the save. That was really unlucky for Mawkzy. I think he would have saved this if he spawned on the right side of the goal. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think I think he would have saved this. That's a bit unfortunate. Close game, one that Mawkzy's led for almost its entirety. Rw9 is a solid position here. Demos Mawkzy. Mawkzy really didn't have anywhere to go. He put himself in a dangerous spot. Again, spawns at that far post side. Rw9 looking to get him on the wrong side of the ball. Mawkzy's recovery is as fast as you like, though. How about that for a save? The flick is immaculate. Forces Rw9 back into defense. Rw9 still has the position to attack the ball and threaten a demo on Mawkzy in the back corner. He's looking for it. He's just looking for a bump here. Mawkzy staying well away from danger. Now looking to keep the ball in a safe position as well as keeping his car in a safe position. Rw9 frustrated in the closing seconds. Mawkzy managing the position so effectively. Will Rw9 get a clear chance on net? Mawkzy chain dash, threat of a wall bang, and the grounded ball for the game 1 win. Mawkzy said it was his main weakness against Rw9. What did he say? What's his main weakness? I'm kind of curious what he thinks his biggest weakness against Rw9 is. Aggression. Okay, just for clarification, Mawkzy thinks his biggest weakness against Rw9 is Rw9 being aggressive, or does he think his biggest weakness is him being over aggressive? Which is it? Yes, the former. Rw9 aggression. Rw9 being aggressive. That's interesting. It's an interesting way to look at it, because I wouldn't really say that that's Mawkzy's. I wouldn't say it's a weakness. I think the way I would describe it is just a slight word change. I would say Rw9, I think, is playing his best Rocket League when he is aggressive. I think aggressive Rw9 is the best Rw9. Best version of himself. Beautiful spawn by Mawkzy. Loses the boost battle anyway. And definitely you could also expand that to say that Mawkzy doesn't like playing against Rw9 when Rw9 is being aggressive, but I wouldn't say that that's a weakness with Mawkzy's game. I think it's a bit of a negative way to look at it, is what I'm trying to say. More of a strength of Rw9, but yeah, I get what Mawkzy means, and I do agree. This matchup looks Rw9 favored when Rw9 is able to establish aggression. When Mawkzy is able to play his game, which is possession, boost, ball control, playing the clock with small goal leads, Rw9 looks uncomfortable. Oh, look at this. Mawkzy with a blisteringly fast double tap. Gets a compliment out of Rw9 for that one as well. That is some solid aerial play out of Mawkzy, a guy predominantly known for his ground game. It did start with the ground game. The main reason that play worked is because Rw9 was close to the ball and Mawkzy puts it over his head quickly. That miss by Mawkzy allows Rw9 to easily slot an open net after the kickoff. Now Rw9 just capitalizing there on Mawkzy misreading the bounce. He thought that ball was going to bounce lower than it did. Remembering people thought Mawkzy had zero aerial mechanics. A lot of people will see Mawkzy dribbling by choice in positions where the air dribble is an option. Like when a player has the ball at mid or back corner boost and there's no pressure from the opponent, and they decide to cut in field for the dribble instead of go for the automatic wall play, you know, you've got the option of either grab mid boost or back corner 100 and take the ball at the wall for the aerial play, or you could just cut in field instead. Now, the reason Mawkzy often just cuts in field is because he backs his ground play to work the vast majority of the time. He knows that his flick is just so unplayable for the defender that he's up against. He will choose to mainly go for that, and then he'll supplement that with aerial play when it's not a good position to go for a dribble, or when he just wants to mix things up a little bit. And there are definitely positions where the dribble is not really possible. Sometimes the opponent is chasing you down and they're trying to go for a demo on you from behind, and the only way that you can get away from them is to go up the wall for the wall play instead, the aerial play. In that position, Mawkzy will not hesitate. He will take the aerial play. He's confident with his aerial game as well. Delayed kickoff by Rw9. It's a super interesting thing to see. Free flip into the air dribble. He wants the backboard double as well. Hits it well away from Mawkzy, but unfortunately well away from the goal also. And Mawkzy has control. Perfect respawn on the back corner boost. Mawkzy setting up the air dribble bump. Hits the ball way too high, actually. Rw9 didn't even need to save that. He digs the ball into control anyway. Reset Rw9. And the top corner shot. Actually, I guess it's more just side of the goal, but still high enough to go over Mawkzy. Mawkzy in a really tough spot there. It's always so scary to full commit to defending only your near post against an aerial play like that. Mawkzy realized too late that Rw9 was faking the kickoff. Was not able to take the ball under control. It's a perfect aerial challenge though. Mawkzy's bounced off the ball into his back corner boost with the ball under control. Fake challenge by Rw9, hiding behind the ball in his retreat. And he safely deflects the ball to the back corner. Mawkzy only held to one goal. Not quite a second here as Rw9 somehow saves his point blank range flick into the crossbar. Now here comes Mawkzy with a ceiling shot. Urgency in his game all of a sudden, and it works wonders as he scores his second. If he doesn't score in the next minute, he'll ask for next. I don't know if Mawkzy would ask for next on a 4-goal deficit. He's definitely capable of scoring in quick succession. He knows this. And here he is, doing exactly that. There are certain players in the world who are so good at converting on kickoff pressure that they know that 4-goal leads, 5-goal leads are workable. Other players are not as confident with kickoff pressure, kickoff possession, so they don't know how to turn a small advantage after a kickoff into a win. I'd say Mawkzy is one of the absolute best in the world at turning a small, 12 boost to 0 advantage on a kickoff into a super difficult shot to save or a 100 to 0 boost advantage. Does not give his opponent any space, any room to breathe. Now here's a big chance. Mawkzy going right there. Air dribble bump, delayed save by Rw9 is good though. Wow. He made that look easy. Mawkzy couldn't find him. I mean, sometimes you air dribble bump Rw9 and he just looks at you like, what are you doing? I'm nowhere near where you're air dribble bumping, bro. I'm over here. Just makes you look so silly. Still, for me, I'd say he is the hardest player to air dribble bump in the game. Just talking 1s, 2s, 3s. Every game mode combined, Rw9 is just unbumpable when he's in the zone. Will Mawkzy go to it again? Let's see if he tries it. He does. And he gets him. Well, Mawkzy refuses to change his strategy. He's saying, you know what? I'm going to get him one of these times. He can't dodge me forever. Well, Rw9, he just jumped with the wrong idea there. He was trying to go high, maybe thinking Mawkzy would pop low from that kind of range. Mawkzy just accelerated into him. Now, can he go for it again? Will he go for it again? It looks more like a flick setup this time around. Indeed it is. Rw9 has not landed too well here. Mawkzy can turn and shoot and tie. 5-5. I jinxed it. Yeah, my bad. Sorry, Rw9 fans. I did in fact jinx him. If I were Mawkzy, I'd go back to the air dribble bump again here. He just flicked successfully, shot successfully. I think air dribble bump late here is a good adaptation. It's looking like a flick again though, isn't it? This time Rw9 closes the gap, low 50, Mawkzy. Plenty of boost for Rw9. But his follow-up shot is not a good one. Mawkzy's escaped him. Rw9 has to lunge back and he hopes this bounces safely. It does. But can Mawkzy create a shot in 0 seconds? He's going to have a chance to do so. Tight turn. Low pop save by Rw9, who's happy to let that go down into the ground. But Mawkzy gets back to it again. Well, Rw9 went AFK there for a second. He thought the ball was grounded. And now he just demos him. No nonsense. Into overtime we go. It's got to be Mawkzy favoured though. Most of the kickoffs late in the game did go his way. I think Rw9 would do well to delay a kickoff at some point, try and get Mawkzy out of his rhythm. He has won this one. Looks like he's playing for the win, and he gets it! Well, that was brave by Rw9. A lot of players would have tried to just shoot high and get the boost steal here, but with no boost at all, Rw9 muscles it over the line. That was definitely not what Mawkzy expected. 100 boost in defense. He knew Rw9 was boost starved. Mawkzy, no doubt in that position, was lining up to get a save and then fight for that back corner boost, fight for possession. Then suddenly Rw9 50-50s it past him. So many deleted messages. Did the mod just nuke the chat after that win? What happened? Why is it France versus Saudi Arabia is always such a heated rivalry in Rocket League, especially 1v1? Good to see, by the way. Apparently Jack is back. He was feeling sick the other day, so he couldn't play Salt Mine Quals. Looks like he's back today, so hopefully he's feeling good. Game 1 over Giak Atto. Game 1 over Tempo. Both those games were 6-5 in favor of the favorite. Nico Jory is yet to report a score, and Nas is 2-0 up on Toxic. So Mawkzy versus Rw9, the 23rd installment of their rivalry, is dead in the balance. Ceiling pinch from Rw9 hits the post as it grounds an air dribble ceiling pinch to start off game 3. Will Mawkzy go back to that air dribble bump? You bet he will. And he gets it to work. Rw9 trying a different defensive strategy on this one. This is not his usual play, to fly under the attacker and then try and hit the ball into the bar. That last touch by Mawkzy was critical. If he didn't get that last touch on the ball before flying over Rw9, it would have been a save. Rw9 could fire back with some physical play of his own. It's going to be another dunk attempt. It's all dunks for Rw9 at one end. Bumps and flicks at the other for Mawkzy. It's actually a really good save by Mawkzy, I'm not going to lie. That was a tough one to nullify the momentum off, and he did so. Wait, CJ, how are you in chat? Is your series finished? Oh, good play by Rw9 at the near post. Completely fakes out Mawkzy. Mawkzy expecting a high shot. Rw9 played it high, but a little bit later. You had the FF? Wait. Oh, Razier's forfeited. I didn't even see that. Okay, Razier's forfeited today. Gotcha. Joria's advances to the next round. Rw9 with a very, very difficult air roll shot. Mawkzy catches it on the goal line, setting up for his flick that doesn't have anywhere near as much power as we're used to seeing. Rw9 also lacking power with his counter-attacking touch, but that's going to bounce well from off the back corner. Redirects it over the midfield. Well, not quite, but almost. Over Mawkzy's head. He's fine, thankfully. Razier's... Wait, really? Razier's was in a car accident? Wait. I need to read this comment. What's this say? Razier's was in a car accident. He is fine, thankfully. Does anyone have any more info? Did he tweet about that? What happened? Glad to hear he's fine, but I'm always scared when I hear about German car accidents because they've got the autobahn with the unlimited speed limit. Well, no speed limit. Razier's today in the ATR Discord. I got into a car crash. I won't be able to play today. Yeah, I'm fine. Just won't be home in time. Okay, well, he seems like he's very casual about the whole thing, so that's good to hear. Yeah, all good. I mean, that's got to be up pretty high up there in acceptable reasons not to play a Rocket League tournament. So Rw9, meanwhile, completely running away with game 3. Stunning save to the top corner, and again, look at this by Rw9. And he gets the back corner boost off as well off the back of it. Rw9 looking more and more like himself with every passing week. He's mind game Mawkzy again. This time Mawkzy reacts well to it. Rw9 chasing him into the back corner. Mawkzy taking every single boost on his way back to his half. Look how strong Rw9 is in the 50s. That's insane. Mawkzy had 100-0 boost advantage, and Rw9 just dead ball 50'd him 2 times in a row. Now the in and out save, not going to go into the ball, but Mawkzy has missed the target while trying to avoid it. I mean, this is just ridiculous. The lengths that Rw9 is forcing Mawkzy to go to try and get a goal tells you all you need to know about Rw9's current level. More mind games by Rw9. It's been a tricky game. One that Mawkzy has so far navigated kind of well, to be honest. He's dodged a lot of the mind games, but still. Rw9 leads by a massive margin. Same margin as last game, though, isn't it? 5-1. I think that's the exact same scoreline. Mawkzy, ever composed, trying to come back. And here it is to start the comeback with a low 50 of his own. Why are we forced to not speak Arabic? Because me and my mods can't read it, so we can't effectively moderate it. You could be saying anything. I'm sure most of you are just typing things that are totally normal and fine, but we need the chat to be English. It's not just Arabic that we say no to, it's English only, so that we can effectively moderate the chat. Simple as. Well, once again, Mawkzy is sticking to air dribble bumps as a large part of his offense. It's been air dribble bumps, low 50s, and flicks. You know, if you can become a master of those 3 things, you will be a deadly opponent to anyone in 1v1. You do not need an aerial game if you're good at all 3 of these things. They complement each other so well. The air dribble bump forces your opponent to challenge early. The flick outplays early challenges. And the low 50 also outplays early challenges if the player looks like they're pre-jumping. Flicks, of course, get your opponent pre-jumping. Low 50s keep your opponent grounded. And probably most importantly, the setup for all 3 looks the same. That's what makes those 3 shots such a dangerous combination to know about. If you can flick high to the net off a relatively straight run-up, then, well, off a ball carry, of course, with a relatively straight run-up, it looks exactly the same as an air dribble bump setup, looks exactly the same as a low 50 setup. Rw9 with a fine demonstration. Look at the lineup here. He's going straight to the goal. And at the last second, just a little wiggle to the right is all he needed to get the ball in flick position. Now, if you're wondering, what can you do as a defender to tell whether or not it's likely to be a flick or an air dribble bump? Because they look similar, but they're not exactly the same. It's all about where the ball is on the car. If the ball is on the front of the car, or the middle of the car, front middle, kind of on their window, if they're playing Fennec, then that is most likely going to be a flick. But if the ball is on the back of the car, if it's more on the kind of middle of the roof, then it will tend to be an air dribble bump or a pop bump that they're going for. The Mawkzy denies the kickoff goal, self-pass off the inside of the post. For once, his flick was lacking power. Just 37 seconds to go. Mawkzy misses his back corner demo. Rw9 will make it 8-4 with just 32 seconds left. And Mawkzy does call next. Even though he knows 4 goals is possible, in this instance with Rw9 playing the way he is, that is a pretty good time to call next. Shoefart, thanks for the 15-month tier 1. Welcome back to the channel. So you guys, I'm sure you heard about I'm sure you guys heard about the USA roster change for FIFA E, right? Team USA for FIFA E is now going to be Rels Magic Bear Cheese instead of Daniel Atomic Farskiller. That's a bit surprising, I'm not going to lie, but The community response to that's been really interesting to me. Everybody's been really, well, from what I can see, everybody's been super judgmental about the Daniel Atomic First Killer team not going. Even though none of them, as far as I can see, have made a statement about it. I don't think Daniel Atomic or First Killer have said anything about it, have they? Mawkzy just, of course. Look at them all top left. What's new? Yeah, of course it's a massive downgrade. It's really sad for USA because that team's not going to win the event. Or it's super unlikely. It's very, very unlikely that they win the event. Whereas before, USA were one of the favorites. So they've gone from favorites to more middle of the pack. That being said, I feel like the community response has been a bit surprising to me. I'm a bit... Oh, wow. Mawkzy top right flick. Hold on. What is going on? Top left. I sleep. Top right. Panic. Uh-oh. Everybody needs to be on high alert. We have got an evolution of Mawkzy to report. Top right corner. Unsavable flick. He's just doubled the effectiveness of his offense in one fell swoop. Anyway, like I was saying. Yeah, you should stick to the top right flick. Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, USA obviously not going to be a contender anymore, but it's still going to be cool to see that team play. Cool experience for them and all. But yeah, the response from the community that I've been seeing is that a lot of people are saying, like, or they're questioning Daniel Atomic and First Killer's decision without any statement being made, without any reasons being given. Like, as far as I know, they haven't actually said why they're not playing. Have I missed something? The reason I bring this up is I want to ask, like, you guys while I'm streaming, did I miss a statement? Did I miss a reason why they didn't go somewhere? What's the reason? Because until they say what the reason is, no. Yeah, until I see what the reason is, I'm gonna withhold judgment. Personally, I don't think people should be coming at Daniel Atomic and First Killer for deciding to pull out of a tournament. Just in general, you know, with any player pulling out of a tournament, the response shouldn't be to make assumptions about them. The response should be to ask, okay, you know, what's the reason for that? Yeah, they pulled out. Maybe they're all building houses like beast mode. Exactly. Rw9 responds with an irritable bump of his own. Mawkzy is now the player with a 5-1 lead, so they're both like trading 5-1 leads in these games. Yeah, yeah, you guys need to, I mean, you guys in chat, obviously not all of you are the people outraged by this decision, but yeah, it's better to wait and hear what the reason is. I also don't know the reason, but I want to know the reason before I say, wow, how could Daniel, First Killer, and Atomic let down their nation? It's just it's a step too far. We need to wait and see what the reason is. Don't let your emotions cloud your judgment, Rocket League community. You heard you turned it down because they want to be Australian? See, that's acceptable. That's like a totally normal American thing to want to be Australian, especially these days. I think that's just known as the popular opinion. I think that's what you call that. But yeah, I don't know why people are like throwing accusations and stuff. I thought I wanted to talk about that today, so I thought I'll mention it now because some of you are talking about it in chat. Oh, what a save by Rw9. Holy. Perfect read in the pre-jump to send the ball clear as well. We've got half the game to go, 3-goal advantage for Mawkzy as we are headed towards a 5th game. Rw9 defense keeping him in this, as always. Mawkzy slow play, Rw9 completely baited and now trailing by 4. The sad part is RMC is not even a top 4 team in the US. Well, it looks like they might be one of the better options. I mean, what other teams are there that they could have gone for so last minute? What other teams still exist? Because OG finished ahead of them last year. They've got an English player and a Canadian player. You've got Shopify are kind of in that same tier of team. You've got the new SSG, Snowmen, but they're like all the same level, I'd say, like in terms of achievements last year. They're all in the same tier of NA team. The only teams in NA who were a tier above RMC last year were OG, who are not American, SSG, who have broken up, and Gen G, who had an English player, and they've also broken up, and one of them is not playing the event in First Killer. So I don't know. It's not that far down the list. People acting like USA is sending their 5th or 6th best team is a bit unrealistic. Come on. This is most likely the 3rd best full roster that was available, because Beast Mode's not going. So you had to bring in First Killer from the former Gen G team. And then, who else is there? Chronic LJ. Maybe if the whole team, First Killer, Atomic Daniel doesn't want to go, okay, now maybe Chronic LJ want to go, but who would they want to play with? They'd have to find a 3rd. To me, it makes more sense to just pick an actual team than make a pickup team, right? Anyway, we're going to Game 5, so let's lock in here. But if you want to hear more chat about the FIFA E tournament, and especially about the USA situation, we'll be talking about that on Wednesday on Shotcast Live. We're going to be live at 7 p.m. Eastern-ish. I say ish because I'm not 100% sure, but probably around about then. To talk about that and other topics, we go live Wednesday every week these days. And we've also been talking about FIFA E a little bit on the Patreon. ! Chalked in chat if you want to check that out. Or if you want to watch the live episodes. They'll be on Rizzo's channel. Alright, Mawkzy already off to a 2-goal lead in Game 5. It's been a very one-sided out-the-gate series where Rw9 in Games 2 and 3 able to establish a massive lead. Game 4 and now Game 5, Mawkzy coming out the gate hot. Rw9 responds with a kick-off possession of his own. Mawkzy has managed to path into 100 boosts in defense. Bounce dribble by Rw9. Delays the shot. Looking for the 50 at the top corner. Mawkzy easily denies it, and actually Rw9 getting very lucky there. Bumped into defense as Mawkzy followed through the challenge which he did win the race to. Oh, that's one way to open the scoring in Game 5. Rw9 with an air dribble from deep. Late reset, but he used it immediately. Look at the acceleration. It just looks like he teleported from Mawkzy's POV. Rw9 just almost glitched on the spot, and then the ball was in the net. Kickoff goal makes it 2-2. Both players have scored from open play and then followed up with a kickoff. Remember, if Mawkzy wins this, he takes the all-time series lead over Rw9 by 3 series. It would be 13-10 if Rw9 wins this. He'll claw back to within 1. Right now they're 12-10 all-time in perhaps the most storied rivalry in 1v1 history. They started off battling each other when both were too young to play RLCS, when both were complete rookies in the scene, and now they're some of the most experienced ones players on the planet. Rw9 up by 1. The little bump onto Mawkzy did wonders here. Mawkzy was the one trying to bump Rw9, but actually all he did is slow him down. Rw9 shrugged it off and kept going. Next kickoff will be Mawkzy's. He looks to cut in field, put the pressure on straight away. Low 50, bottom right, Mawkzy with perfect placement ties it again. Lovely switch shot by Mawkzy here. The entire time on the approach, you'll see that as Rw9 is lining up his pre-jump, Mawkzy was on the left side of the ball as Rw9 is looking at it. Then at the last second, he fades away to the right. 50's at bottom corner. And Rw9 staying on the ball here. Does not want to give Mawkzy any space uncontested. Now he has to, but Mawkzy's taking a shot. Rw9 lingering around in no man's land there. Baited a shot out of Mawkzy. Overall, that was a massive win for Rw9. He didn't have to defend against a Mawkzy dribble, didn't have to defend against a flick or an air dribble bump in that sequence. Will he have to here either? Mawkzy's kind of got away from this. Fake challenge by Rw9, not able to get Mawkzy to jump. Mawkzy slots it with the ground shot. I wonder if Rw9 could have played the ball in that recovery. He didn't want to go for it in case Mawkzy landed on it, but Mawkzy was actually a little bit further away from the ball than Rw9 realized. That kickoff goes away to the Saudi Arabia, and he's off the side well for the air dribble. Early reset this time, uses it immediately to try and outplay the challenge. Mawkzy managed to keep control. 14 boost to his name. Rw9 going to force the issue. That boost is not spawning for Rw9 here. He goes for the far post boost steal instead. It's going to appear for Mawkzy though in defense as a result. Rw9 fake. And then the point blank flick. 4-4. Two heavyweights trading blows in game 5. Mawkzy's fake challenge left him completely stranded in no man's land. And that was a confident flick from Rw9 at close range. Oh, post pinch saved by Mawkzy. Wave dash recovery as well. Rw9 messes up his touch. Mawkzy has control, but no boost to work with it. Now, looks like he's going to be under pressure. Rw9 trips him up as he takes the back corner boost away. Rw9 pre-flip shot intercepted by Mawkzy. Mawkzy catch. Small flick and a low 50 to secure possession. Mawkzy lining up another early flick. It's huge and it dips right under the bar. He launches this so early inside his own half, and honestly it doesn't even matter if it goes in. It's clearly past Rw9's challenge, and he's letting rip so early that there's not even any danger of Rw9 demoing Mawkzy as he misses his challenge. That's just in on the rebound even if it hits the bar. Mawkzy with the demo. Mawkzy up 6-4. Rw9 motionless, maybe a little bit tilted by the past sequence of plays. Lukeson, thanks for the Prime sub. R Trillion, thanks for 63 month tier 1. He says, Johnny, hope you're doing well. Thanks for all these events. Don't forget, everyone can subscribe for free with Twitch Prime. Thanks for the reminder. And you're welcome for all the events. It's been a pleasure to bring you guys ATR Cups and Salt Mine. We'll continue all the way into mid-December. Oh, Rw9 misses his save. Mawkzy's up 3. Rw9 tried to save this as late as possible so that it would hit the bar and bounce into a safe position. He did not want to flick that straight up in the air. He wanted to hit his own crossbar, but he mistimed it, and Mawkzy is running away with game 5. Kick-off possession for Mawkzy. He's going to take it back. Rw9 has to commit here in some way, but how is he going to get the ball off Mawkzy? The threat of a demo caused Mawkzy to flick early. Rw9 up into the air, reset secured. Taking his time, wave dash shot into 50, does not connect for Rw9. All things said, an easy save by Mawkzy as he dribbles the ball back again. This is frustrating for Rw9. He has to just full send it. Mawkzy's ready for him when he came. Rw9 trying to catch Mawkzy out, fighting for the mid boost. Mawkzy staying so active in these exchanges. Well inside the final minute now. Rw9 needs a goal. His flick is on target, but saved by Mawkzy. Still, advantage Rw9 in the play. Delayed shot, again saved by Mawkzy. The defense is sufficient. He's not completely thriving in this position, but he's surviving well. And now the boost grab for Mawkzy as well. He has done brilliantly here. He just charges in. Rw9 didn't see him coming. A brilliant entrance to the play by Mawkzy. Rw9 is expecting him to back off to net again. Mawkzy has just taken full control, and that's going to be game. GG's by Rw9. He knows Mawkzy's going to dribble it back. It's game over. Mawkzy advances 5-4. No, sorry, game 5, 3-2 over his biggest rival all time. But as always, these two deliver whenever they take to the pitch against each other. Look at the stat lines. 10 saves for Mawkzy. Is just both ends of the pitch. He was doing work in this last game. Rw9 couldn't get the necessary stops at his end, and he could not find a way through in the closing minute to keep Mawkzy under pressure.